So I'm a little bit late to the party by about 5 months. And you know what? I'm not gonna pretend that this is this is anything new. This has happened before, and it's been a while since it happened. But you know what? I still want to do my take on it because that's what I like to do. I like to provide my own unwanted and unsolicited opinions because hey, I have the right to. That was so cringe. Anyway, so you all know Ray William Johnson, right? He's like this guy on the internet who used to do I don't know, he used to make fun of people who were like just making absolute ass of themselves online. He used to like make videos on those people to make fun of them. Well, yeah, he used to do that, but nowadays he's just making true crime stories or story time videos about like really big famous cases or celebrities, but in his own conversational way. It's like the way he scripts these videos are very conversational, and I gotta say, I really enjoy watching them because they feel like you're actually having a conversation with some dude, and they feel really personal. It feels like you're actually talking with someone else. They're weirdly interactive. Let's call it that way. So yeah, Ray William Johnson, he's like nowadays, he's still a very successful YouTuber. He still gets millions of views per day. He still has a great audience. He has over 18 million subscribers. The dude is still successful. He's one of those few YouTubers from like the very early days of YouTube that are still successful nowadays. But of course, nothing good can really last, especially in this modern day world. So there was this chick online.
Guys,
I don't know what the hell her name is, and I completely forgot. In fact, I'm just looking it up right now. So, what was it actually? So controversy with his daughter. So it was about this failed attempt of a human being who tried to be a TikTok influencer, but it really wasn't working for her. So she started making up these stories about herself and started to making these she started doing these rage bait videos where she spoke out in the most intentionally provocative terms to make people mad, and that would gain traction, which is, by the way, not a very good way to start off in an influencer career because first of all, it's stupid to try and rage bait people into becoming your audience. And then she started making up these crazy things about herself, about how she suddenly found out that she was dating her biological brother after 6 years. What the fuck? But the craziest thing she could possibly... So she's also a fan of Ray William Johnson. And she really likes this guy. She really enjoys his content, so she starts making videos about him. And she ends up making an autobiography that's about Ray William Johnson, and that's her very first really big hit. That earned her 500,000 views. She manages to be very successful. Note, this is all off the top of my head. I am not completely off the top of my head, and I'm eating apple slices for God's sake. But she this is a really big hit, so she decides she has this quote unquote great idea of choosing to make more content on Ray William Johnson. So she goes off and off and off about, RWJ. But the craziest thing she does is claim that she is Ray William Johnson's estranged daughter born in 2002. Her proof? A badly photoshopped image of RWJ with the influencer's mother from 2002. Now, there's plenty of flaws with that picture. I've seen it myself, and yeah, There's plenty to break apart. First off, so I'm gonna pull the picture up here. So she also claims that RWJ abandoned his daughter, quote unquote daughter, when she was born in 2002. So I'm not even gonna bother showing you the image because you guys can just look it up online and figure it out for yourselves. But so this image that she found or that she published about RWJ, it's just RWJ with who she claims to be her mother. But the most hilarious thing about this is that first off, it's obviously Photoshop because RWJ's head looks unusually huge for his body, and you can notice at like the top of his head, his hairline is like warping out a little bit, like to the left. It's like having this weird right angle situation. And on the woman's hand is her phone, which is just a proof of bad Photoshop because the phone screen is bleeding onto the table. And here's one of the funnier parts. If she said that she said that this picture's from 2002. The iPhone was released, and I'm looking it up right now, on June 29th, 2007, which, by the way, completely unrelated, was the same day that Ratatouille released, I think. I'm not kidding. That is exactly the same day. So if the picture was taken in 2002, what is her mom doing with a device that didn't come out until 5 years later? That's just stupid. And what's even funnier is that this is a Photoshop picture of RWJ with his actual wife that was published in 2018. 16 years after the original claimed picture was taken. And then RWJ, he does this, he like covers this himself. He exposes the girl as an absolute pathological liar. She completely destroys her reputation, and fairly so. He completely ruins her career, if you can even call it that. And he just goes on and on and on. And you know what? Good for him for standing up for himself, and protecting his marriage, because what this girl did is seriously so messed up. Like, if you're gonna try to make a video with rage baiting, first off, that's not a very good way to gain an audience. This is gonna make people hate you. To build an audience, you gotta make people like you in the first place and want to come back to your content. But what she did was completely the opposite. She rage baited, she made lies, and she tried to ruin an internet personality's career just to get clout. And what's even more outrageous is that she even said that RWJ essentially owed her that clout because it was like the least he could do for her, because, well, apparently he had abandoned her as a baby. Here's the most damning part. RWJ had a vasectomy. He can't have kids. And what's even more dumb is that the guy was in college when she said she was born. That's the most... I just can't. This just gets stupider and stupider and stupider the more I think about it. First off, trying to ruin a person's public image for the sake of your own clout is absolutely, it's one of the shittiest things you could possibly do as a person. And what's even worse is that actual people believe this. Like, people believe this shit. And they went after Ray William Johnson. He, like, motherfucker, stop to think. Seriously. I guess it's just gonna keep happening. Random people coming out of nowhere who had nothing to do with any public figure, and they're just gonna try to defame that public figure. I really don't know what else I have to say. I just really found this interesting, so I wanted to give my own take on it. I gotta say, this is super messed up, and what's even worse is it's probably gonna happen again with some other celebrity, so there's really no way out of this. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say. 10 minutes worth of this, completely unedited, but